So now Devlin and Raghavendra ji is here.
Thank you so much.
Start? I think you should. Okay, so I'm Deblin. For people who so I think like our story starts at 2 a.m. in the night on 7th of May this year. I'm almost falling asleep. I think I was watching a film or something. Sarojji calls me and she's like, I couldn't like pick up her first call, but then I called her back immediately and she's like, Deblin निकल पाओगे कितनी देर में? मैं बोला क्या हो गया? I was like, shocked कि भाई रात को 3 बजे क्या हो रहा है? Because I usually keep my phone away at around 10 o'clock in the night and then I don't check. So then she's like, देखो check करो notifications check करो ठीक है? तो I'm like, yeah Saroj, you tell me मैं आधे घंटे में ready होके I'll be ठीक है. So then I think after that for 3-4 days, Sarojji was my guardian. She was my parent. Okay, she and Kashif. Also Vineet, like in intervals. So 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 then I was said that I'm traveling with Raghavendra and we'll go to like the border areas. So on eighth evening, we reach Poonch. Poonch is like it's just like 2.5-3 kilometers from the border of Pakistan. Like you can literally see hills on the other side. So around 8 p.m. I think we did a live from Poonch because Poonch had already received shelling the previous day. So we did a live around 8 p.m. Then we had gathered a lot of material from the morning and we were preparing to get back to our rooms and edit and send the DV so that next morning people like our services can play the material. And I think it was just 10 minutes when we started editing and he was scripting and we heard a loud bang very close to us. We were like, is this real? So I think in another 10 minutes, there was another loud bang. This is all happening around 9 p.m. at night. Then suddenly we hear people around, like just running about. And by the way, we were staying at a PWD bungalow, in a PWD bungalow in Poonch because there are no hotels. It's very like, uninhabited. So then we saw some police officers. I still remember Mr. Jamil Bukhari, he SDRF person who just, came with his gun. He was wearing a bulletproof. He said, chalo, chalo, aap log chalo. So what happened is that the bungalow where we were staying, it had steel, roofs. So that means it's very unsafe. So basically they said that, just come along with us. I could just grab my laptop. I was in my shorts and a t-shirt, whatever. I just grabbed my laptop and just ran with him, both of us. And we entered this hall. It looks like a marriage hall. So it did not feel safe at all, but there was nothing else available. So we went there. And by the time we reached, we saw there are already, 3-4 other police personnel, some locals, and there was, I think, ABP team, 2 people from the ABP team, 2 people from the print. So there were like 6 journalists and locals and police personnel. And by 9:30, 10, it just started raining shells, just all around, our whole building was shaking. And I think like, till around 12 a.m., we were both in shock, like, like what to do. So I still remember, it was going on outside and I just sat in a corner and it was completely dark because you can't switch on your phones because people can see the light from outside. So I sat in a corner. I saw there's a wall behind me and I opened my laptop. And Raghavendra was like, what are you doing, man? Why are you opening your laptop? I said, sir, I have to do something. Let me just edit the piece because I can't, otherwise I'll go crazy, what's happening around. So I think there are photographs of that night. So and then like धीरे धीरे क्या हुआ मतलब the shells kept getting louder and louder and it kept coming closer. Then I think the Mr. Jamil Bukhari who was there, who was the SDRF personnel, I think he saw that fear or that tension in my face and just came up to me. He said, भाई देखो जाना है तुम्हें तुम जाओगे नहीं जाना होगा तो तुम रहोगे ठीक है अब चलो हम ये करते हैं. So you know what he started doing with me? He started एक बम गिरा अरे यार इसको तो 10 में 6 देंगे ये अच्छा नहीं था एक बम पास गिरा अरे ये तो 10 में 9 था ठीक है. So these things started happening and all of us we just like tried to just keep that away and try to convert that whole thing into something humorous and like, so that we can, pass the night. And I think it just went on around 2 o'clock. Both of us, we were like, sir, this might be our last day on this planet. So I think we have.
I remember around that time, it was getting so gloomy, the entire situation. I remember, I actually felt that this is going to be our last night there, last night in this world. So I thought, yaar, agar mar gaye to kuch bol ke to jana chahiye. So I took out my phone and battery bahut kam thi, and I wrote a status saying, is raat ki subha nahi. And luckily, we managed to see another morning and many more mornings after that. But yes, I mean, I've been in journalism for a little over 2 decades now, and it was probably for the first time in my life that I saw something so up close and personal that I really felt that night. And I told it to him also that, we may not survive this night, because what was happening was we used to hear a whistling sound and 5-second whistling sound, and then there used to be a bang, loud blast. So the moment a whistling sound would come, we would know another one is coming, another one is coming. And it started, the sound started from a fair distance, and they kept getting closer. And as they kept getting closer, and as those shells kept falling near that structure and near our area, you actually started feeling those tremors also in the building. So it was, I mean, I actually don't have a word to describe what we were going through. But yes, as Devlin said, there were some people around us, and we were just trying to keep each other in good humor. And I mean, you couldn't say much to each other when you know that, this is just going on and on. But Mirza Ghalib was of help, because I kept getting reminded of several Ghalib couplets during that night. One was कोई उम्मीद बर नहीं आती, कोई सूरत नजर नहीं आती, आगे आती थी हाले दिल पे हंसी, अब किसी बात पर नहीं आती, मौत का एक दिन मुअय्यन है, नींद क्यों रात भर नहीं आती. So difficult night, but we lived to see another day. And
I think that night, I think created a special bond between both of us, because we saw something that I think, especially me, his experience is much, like he's seen a lot more things. But for me, that night I saw something that I had never experienced before. And it was pretty close to, something that is, you call it an out of body experience. That night was, I think, the first time something like that. And I think with Raghavendra ji, he's my elder brother now. Like, after that night, our relationship has just taken. So these are just the photographs of that night. No. It was a kind of a marriage hall. So this is me, and this is Raghavendra ji. He's not sleeping. He's just trying to, not hear the loud noise. And these are the shells. So next morning we went out. So next morning, after it stopped around 5:30 in the morning. And then the SDRF people told us that you still wait inside for another 2 hours. So just so that we are sure that, they're not shelling anymore. So around 6:30, we left that bunker finally. And these are the shells that I found outside, just outside our doors, like bombs with them. So, and this is, I think, Raghavendra ji reading Mirza Ghalib or something. That's about it. Thank you.
thank you. And just to sum it up, I would request Jyoti to just put it up on screen. There's a quote by a British journalist called Robert Fisk. It says, "It's a journalist's job to be a witness to history. We are not there to worry about ourselves. We are there to try and get as near as we can in an imperfect world to the truth and get the truth out." Thank you.
Thank you so much.